Edited early this morning, and we're going live. We got some great subjects to talk about. People, this is real. I need you guys to come in and share this video live, uncut, unedited. Live, uncut, unedited. Live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and what? And shame the devil. This is where we tell the truth and what? And shame the devil. That's what we do here, people. Like it, love it, hate it, your choice. I tell you, people, this is real. We have so much going on, and my goodness, we got a great show today, and I just want to put it out there, people. It's man, this is real, people. Great show. Great show today, people. Great show. That's what we want to talk about. Come on in. Come on in. This is a great discussion. And I want you guys to come in. Again, I want to give a shout out to my YouTube family. This is terrible, people. This is so terrible. So terrible. Miss Beasley, I see you. I see you. I see you. Miss Stephanie Holmes, I see you. God bless you. Sandy Love, I see you. I see you. Ronnie, was that Ronnie Johnson? I see you checking in. Sandy Love, Kanika Rogers, Keith Baker, I see you. My brother Sam, I see you. Katie Brown, I see you. I see you. I see you, people. Oh my God, people, we got a lot going on. This ain't all. I got my brother Chad. Chad, I see you, brother. I see you. I see you. I see you. Listen, people, this is terrible what we're witnessing. And some people don't see anything wrong with this. And my thing is like this, people. Listen, when are we going to learn how to do better? We got to be better, people. We got to be great. This is ridiculous, ugly ridiculous. I tell you, this is real, people. This is real. This is real. Morgan Evans, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Come on in. Come on in. Warren, I see you. Mika Jefferson. Jeffries. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Y'all come on in. This is ridiculous, people. This is so ridiculous, people. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, people. Oh, my goodness. I need you guys to definitely call in today, 872-297-6389. Again, my alternate number is 872-299-0808. And we're going to call it just a matter of opinion now. It's a matter. Listen, some people may see it a different way. You know, some people don't see anything wrong with it. But my goodness, this is just too much for me. Too much for me. I tell you, this is live, uncut, unedited, people, and we got to do better, people. We have to do better. This is definitely real, people. It's real. This is real. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. This is real. This is real. My goodness, this is real. I tell you, people. Listen. I kept hearing about it. It's so real that I don't want to put it on my page. You know, it's so real. It just, man, it's crazy, people. Come on in, people. I need you guys to share this video. Share this video. I see a caller coming in right now. I see you, caller. I'll give you a minute to get set up. Listen to the prompts. This is real, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. Again, I want to say to my YouTube family, thank you guys for joining in. Be sure to share this video and check me out. The scripture said a person's man is known by his fruits. So check my fruits out. Examine it. Look at it. Hey, caller, where you calling from? Caller.
This your brother from Oklahoma. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? I ain't heard from you. I thought you fell off the face of the earth. Merry Christmas to you.
No, man, Thank you. Happy holidays. I had eye surgery, so I'm recovering, and I
Okay.
just,
Well, you know you.
been tuning in, but I just hadn't had no feedback.
Okay.
So God
Good.
is good, though,
Good.
man. No
Yes, he is
complaints.
all the time.
Yes,
All the time, people. All
yes.
the time. So come on, in your own
hmm
words, brother. I'm gonna
I'm
let you
still
talk.
here, man.
Yeah. Go ahead,
So
brother. Talk.
what is this you post? I just went on and saw what is this, man? What's
Brother,
going
look at
on
it.
in
You
here?
tell me what it is. You tell me what it is. You tell me what it is. You tell me what it is.
Man, you know what? All I can say is that, man, we are, and I don't, I love all my brothers and sisters in Christ, our youth and all, but man, this is, some things shouldn't even be exploited like this, man. You see
Man.
what I'm saying? It's just no, nothing. No, we in the end time. The enemy is using so many people, man, to, with these things, and it's just, oh wow, I can't even. I had to let you talk on. I can't even. I can just sit here and listen, man. I
I,
can't even
well,
comment. I don't want to say the wrong thing. You
well,
see what I'm saying?
brother, let me just say this. I do all out of all due respect. The young lady is not a bad looking lady. Young lady, okay? Now,
hmm
my issue not with her, really with her. It's with her, the person, the baby that's in the picture. I don't know if it's her baby. I don't know what they're doing, but that is too much. It's too much. I'm a father of four
Yes.
girls, man.
Yes.
Four girls. Listen, let these babies grow up. Parents. I'm talking to, when I say parents, that means male and females. That's what I'm saying. I'm not just picking on the mothers. Now, we don't want to get this ain't just, we ain't on here
hmm
to bash black women. We just not, we that ain't what we on. We on to talk about parents. This is
No.
unacceptable. This is almost, it's so close to
hmm
child porn. It's not child porn because she have a clothes on, but it's so close. It's sexualizing. You know, you got predators that's on this live, that's looking on the internet, on social media. This is, they get off on stuff like this. They get off on stuff like it. This is
hmm
terrible, parents.
hmm
We cannot continue to go on like this. Listen, this ain't the only picture I got. I'm gonna put up another picture. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil.
Tell the truth
And shame the devil. And the sheets ain't even clean. Lord have mercy. I can't tell you.
Wow.
I
Yeah, I'm
can't tell you.
telling you, you have.
Let me just say this. I cannot tell you where this picture is from. I don't know if it's from Chicago, Illinois, or California, or Baltimore, or Florida. I have no idea. I almost really don't want to know. But this is unreal, people.
Mm.
This unreal. This is this is this is
Yeah.
an attack against the race. This is what this is.
hmm hmm
And I'm gonna be
It's
honest with
just,
you.
man, because.
Let me just say this. Ronnie Johnson said, this foolishness has been going on for years, and they love boasting this behavior on social media. The grandparents are aware of it. My goodness, glory to man. That's child abuse to me.
Wow.
This child abuse.
Wow.
This child abuse. It is child
Mm-hmm.
abuse.
Mm.
This is terrible.
And got the baby just exposed like that, man. It's
Man,
just wow.
let the babies grow up,
Mm-mm-mm.
parents. Let the listen, brother. This is a thing that in
Yeah.
Illinois, they got transgenders coming in and talking to little preschool children and all that, first graders, and telling them about anal and oral and all that. That's too much, brother. That's too much. It's
Mm-hmm.
too much. That's in Illinois. I don't know what's
Mm-hmm.
going on in other states. That's too much. We sexualizing our
Mm-hmm.
children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And y'all had a great topic last night, and how we was raised. The lady was talking about, and even speaks in the Bible. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand doing. You see what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
man, it's no discreetness. It's no privacy. It's just that the enemy opened up social media, and it's some good things on social media,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also some devilish things on
Mm-hmm.
social media as well. So it's like, man, everybody don't need to know what's going on in my household. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? If I want to share a testimony after what God has done, that's different. But every little detail, somebody has to know what's going on in my household. No, absolutely unacceptable.
I got Dr. Sanders online, but hold on. Let me just say this, my brother, Oklahoma brother. Y'all feel free to call in 872-299-0808. Let me just say this before we get started. Young ladies, older ladies, and I know you're beautiful, and I know you want to entertain your man, your boyfriend, your man, whatever you want to call boyfriend, whatever you want to call him, your other half. Listen, when you have small children, when you have teenage children, you have to pay attention when you're dating. Well, Martin, I know my man ain't looking at my children, and he's probably not. But you still have to pay attention because guess what, young lady? You're not the prize anymore. He may be looking at your daughter as being the prize. You see, we living in an age now where you got the young ladies trying to dress grown and look grown, and you got the grown women trying to look young. It's like a role reversal. That's what it is. You got the women that's head of the house, not the man. Not the men. So it's a role reversal. We have to be careful, young ladies, who we are entertaining and who we bring in our house over our children. You know, we have to be careful. You definitely have to be careful, males and females, because you got the females, they just as worse. They'll turn these babies out. I'm telling you. Now, y'all can take this and put it wherever you want to put it and don't believe what I'm saying. Just keep on living. And I guarantee you, it's somebody out there that listen to me. It happened to them or it is happening right now. I always tell young ladies, when your male friend get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you better get up with him too, because when he go to the bathroom, because he might be going to the next room and he ain't trying to pray with nobody to check on him either. I'm just telling you that. All right, I'm going to let Dr. Sanders. Go ahead, Dr. Sanders. I believe that's her calling. Doc, you on here?
Hey, good morning.
Sanders.
Good morning. Good morning.
Dr. Sanders, love you.
Hey, good morning. I'm doing good. Can't complain. You know, this is what I'm seeing. And I've seen it for so long. I'm just tired of looking at it. A lot of these young women, these little young girls now, they've seen what their parents do. And some of their parents have seen what their parents do. So this is like a domino effect. But like the brother said, you know, social media is not being used for the proper content. They are exposed to a lot of unnecessary things that they see. The reality shows that we see on television that have a lot of our women, you know, on there. I've seen a lot of the grown women that's the reality shows, but I don't even watch them. I just be hearing stuff from people, you know, and work. Oh, did you see Phaedra? I said, who is that? I ain't never heard of, you know, not no more, you know, soap operas. You got a lot more decency with soap operas than you do with reality shows. And so when these girls think, when I'm doing what I see on television and they're doing it in front of their children, I see little kids in grammar school with earrings in their ear in kindergarten. I mean, they look like they're like grown, well-dressed turkeys. I'm serious. That just basically come to school looking like what they are getting at home. When these young girls, Martin, you mentioned about that. These girls will they'll do all that they can do, live at home with their mamas, and get on welfare and do what? Have baby daddy and all this other kind of stuff. And they got these kids looking cantankerously ridiculous. But they see what they see at home. This is why, as we said the other night, these are the kids that end up carjacking folks. This is what's going on. And they're showing their breasts, they're showing all of their body parts, and this is what these little babies are seeing. Then you're teaching them the wrong way of life. The Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he get older, he won't depart from it. Well, they're not teaching basic morality because they weren't taught basic morality. It's no excuse, although you might come from a broken home. Who haven't come from a broken home? But the thing of it is that you don't teach your children certain things, you won't get it. But I've seen it too much. You see them, what was it, my daughter take me to the nail shop, you know, treat me for my birthday. And I'm looking at these young girls. I'm looking at how they even sit up and talk in the nail shop in front of their children, cussing, swearing, talking loud, being disrespectful to other people that don't want to hear your conversation. That's what's going on. And now you're talking about sex. A lot of them will leave the door open while they having sex. And these little kids are looking and peeping around, trying to find where it's at. And like Martin, like you said, when I was growing up, maybe I was growing up was wrong. I couldn't sit on my daddy's lap. He was a man. They taught me that. Still a man regardless, because there's something about men that the older people back in the day said, no, playing with your daddy is one thing, but sitting on his lap and climbing all over him, he's still a man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. My ex-husband never held my daughter. Never did.
You gotta have respect. You see, if you don't have those values, and I'm just speaking of when I was out here. I've dealt with different females. But if I was dealing with somebody that had kids, I was bringing food to the house, or if they were cooking, or if we just had our own time, I'd be like, you know what, just put them kids to bed or whatever, then I'll come over. I'm gone before daybreak or whatever the situation may be. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of men or women don't think like that. Or did your kids just say, I'm gonna bring a meal over? You see what I'm saying? And I might do that for an hour or two. It might not have to be no hanky. You see what I'm saying? But with those thoughts, when you got men and women that don't care, vice versa. We just can't put it on the women, our men as well. But when you have that respect, that's what you're gonna do. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't have that respect, you're not gonna do it. Like you said, Dr. Sanders, if it's not being taught in the home, we couldn't sit in grown folks' face when they was swinging.
No, we sure couldn't. No way. It wasn't happening.
Well,
and we found ourselves now in the school telling the kids to stay out of our mouths while two adults are talking, about whatever needs to be spoken about between them in classwork. But the thing of it, found out that a lot of these young women don't know nothing. They don't want to listen. They're hard-headed. They don't want to. They're disrespectful. When you try to tell them something, they want to out-talk you. I just seen it happen. I said, you don't want to listen. You don't want to listen. Then you want to get with these boys. These young girls turn around and they get done with money. They don't know how to budget their money. Their babies. But a lot of them are walking around when they come to school. I'm telling you what I see, ain't what I heard. They don't have no clean underwear on. Some of these little girls' parents are too raggedy, and you want to put boy drawers on your little girl because you didn't want to wash their panties out. Come on now, and you don't put no socks on their feet. They got tore-up shoes, but you worried about some penis in it into your behind.
Dr. Sanders, I just put up another picture. I don't know if you can see your internet. You turn it down and look at this other picture. Oh, this look at this. I'm not even gonna play the sound.
That's just
this is what we're going through, people.
That's not even appropriate.
Yeah, So
and a lot of these clothes that a lot of these young ladies are getting, they're getting a lot of these little crazy clothes from China. If you notice that a lot of the stuff that these beauty supply stores, have, they sell stuff is too small. They don't know how to cover themselves up. They're selling sex. And then, see, you're trying to teach your little girl how to be a junior.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
That's the question.
Doctor, hold it right there. 2742. This is live, uncut, unedited. Come on in. 2742.
You know what, Martin? I love being black, and especially as a black woman, but I don't know what's wrong with some of them. They are so lost. They are like the way they act, the way they talk, the way they carry themselves on social media. It's like they're so uncouth. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know if it's the weave too long, the lashes too long, the makeup too thick. It's like when you look at on TV, how we portray even the ones who got money. Look at Cardi B, look at Megan Thee Stallion, look at these women just ignorant, ratchet. And the sad part, it dwindles down to the women, it dwindles down to the kids. And it's like, this is all you see. And you see that picture. I saw that last week. It's just sad. And it's like, Black women have been over-sexualized forever in history. We are portrayed as whores, bees, baby mamas, nothing more. And it's like, we sit there and we walk into the stereotype. And on social media, you see these women on Facebook, 40, 50, 60, shaking their ass every day on social media, vagina print showing. It's just sad. It's just so sad as a Black woman. This is all we are worth. And they think it's okay. And they got these big, stupid lashes on. It's like, why do you walk around looking like a drag queen? That's the costume. That's what drag queens wear. They wear makeup and these long wigs and all that because they're trying to be a woman. And it's just so sad. And it's like, they think nothing wrong with it. Then when you speak on it, they think, "Oh, you're talking bad. You hate. It's like they come out the door any type of way, vagina print showing, no panties on. Yep. They getting all these surgeries done in themselves for what? Why are you sitting there getting yourself ripped apart to look like some image? It's just sad. I don't know Hollywood with them. I don't.
I want to say
low self-esteem.
I want to say one thing.
Brothers, y'all got to speak up too. Y'all got to start saying something about this.
That's right. That's right, sister. I just want to say one thing. Why are we exploiting our babies? I mean, why? Listen, grown folks can wear what they want, do what they want, dress how they want.
Martin, this is where human sex trafficking come in. Yep, it's nothing but an open target for it because they sit up there, they watch stuff, Martin. Come on now, y'all know this is the truth. They watch how our young babies are being kidnapped. You want to know, you baiting your child to be on the hook for the sexual predator. This is how human trafficking come in. Because they look at you, you fresh, they can make money off of you. By the time you age 29, you're done. You're useless. It's a market.
Again.
You don't love your child like that?
Yeah. And people get upset. A lot of ladies be upset with me. Because see, they don't want to see this. I don't care what he said. Listen. It's the truth. One thing about the truth, you don't have to rehearse it. It stands for itself. It's the butt-naked truth. When the butt-naked truth comes, it undresses a dressed-up lie. That's what it is, people. Listen, you as an adult, you can say what you want to say, go where you want to go, dress how you want to dress. But what about the children? You can't put that on the children. You can't live your dream, your sexual dreams through your children. You can't do that. Let the children be children. Let them grow up. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Martin, you're doing ministry here because we are bought with a price, man. Our body is the temple of Christ. You see? So when you look at these things, and I'm not saying because now God has directed my life, but I did things that I shouldn't have done, or you see what I'm saying? But you still, even some type of way, in the back of your head, the Holy Spirit, you still had that decency because you say, I might see Ready so-and-so, or I might see Martin seeing me act like this. You never know who's watching you. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't have these values, and then, too, it's sad because our babies is being exploited. When I was back home, me and my wife, what used to kill me with our young girls, the babies 1 and 2 could barely walk. They cursed about, you got 2 and 3 other kids, bring your so-and-so on. They can't even walk. So if you in that big of a hurry, pick them up and go on about. Don't curse the babies out. That just while we're coming to the house, my wife's like, what? She said, honey.
I'm so sick of hearing these girls.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody needs to cut their tonsils out.
Yeah. Well,
it takes time to tell you.
Brother, let me speak. I need to speak. And it's the duties of the older women to teach the younger women. Okay. It's their duty. That's God said it that way. We have to, the older women have to teach these young women. These young women, they have no fear of nothing. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and y'all might be mad at me for saying some of these women don't see nothing wrong with these images. They really do not believe there's nothing wrong with these images. I'm telling y'all, people, this is the gospel truth. Let me finish, Dr. Sanders.
Remember that girl,
Dr. Sanders, I gotta keep going. Hold on, Dr. Sanders. Hold on. I gotta move when they tell me to move. Listen, women, make sure you share this video. If you don't get it now, you might get it later. Okay? What we're talking about. Somebody said, well, I choose to uplift and not bash. Listen, this is a painful conversation, but it's necessary and it has to happen. We have to tell them. We just can't act like we don't see nothing and call. Listen, the truth, nothing about the truth is negative. Let me say that. Nothing about the truth is negative. Trust me. We have to bring the truth. We have to tell the truth. The truth hurts. It hurts you. It hurts me. It hurts them. It hurts everybody. We got to measure up. We got to move up. Listen, I believe in the power of life and death. It's in the tongue. We got to speak life. We have to speak life. But we got to, listen, we need correction when we're wrong. And like I tell you, any preacher, any minister, anybody that's living a righteous life, if they don't tell you what's right, they don't love you. You have to tell your brother and sister the truth. You might love them, but you got to tell them the truth. I do a lot of great works, but people, if I get off, y'all better pull me to the side and say, listen, Martin, now you know I follow you, I call in on you, but you dead wrong on this one. Tell me. Mm-hmm. I need it. I need correction sometimes. Mm-hmm. I need correction. Mm-hmm. I just had to throw that out there. Okay, Dr. Sanders, go ahead.
If you all remember, years ago, well, I don't know, the Benet Ramsey.
Yeah, I remember that.
The little girl that was in the top. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And her parents had her looking like she was grown. You know what I'm saying? Then she ended up dead. What happened to that story? Mm-hmm. A lot of these young ladies don't want to listen to the truth. They don't want to be because they feel this generation, we're old. You know, I was looking at Claudine the other day, the movie. And yeah, Claudine was a storyline behind welfare and how a mother, struggled with her children. But one thing about it is that what you learn in that movie is how to survive. And most of these young ladies, I even tell them that, when I run into a lot of them anyway, I said, look at the movie Claudine. What's that? I said, I want you to watch it. I said, forget the sexual parts of the movie. I want you to understand what she went through as a mother and whatnot, how it was hard for her, how not all men want to be bothered with you having a ready-made family. There are some men that don't want no parts of that. But then there are some that feel that, I'm going to come, like you said earlier, Martin and the brothers, if I'm going to come with something that's going to be providing for the family. A lot of them are not doing that. A lot of them are worried about these game systems, PlayStation 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're in your house, your apartment, they're on Section 8, they're in affordable housing, and they're living off of you. And you're catering to them and you're giving them husband privileges, but they're not looking at you as a wife. You're just a place to cop a squat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the men who
literally that's what it is.
Look at her the same way though. The men who impregnated her look at her the same way. So who did you fault? The men or the woman? The woman that keeps control of her body, which she allowed goes in it. But a lot of these women, they love to have babies by different men. All their kids got different daddies. That's sad.
And the crazy part is that,
and they ain't shit. That's the sad part about it. But they don't like speaking on those things. Mm-hmm. And like I say, nobody's perfect. We all are flawed. We all have made bad choices. But you don't have to keep making them and keep making them and keep making them. That's the issue. You say you made a bad choice. We all make bad choices. And we all still make bad choices.
The Bible says, shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
Romans 6.
You don't have to continue in it. If you, in past shows, we've always said, if you want to have a conversation with any of us, we can help you because we're not the only impressionable people in our children's lives. Mm-hmm. No matter where you come from, other people can be more inspirational people to your children. So the thing of it is that when I see these young ladies and, they be in the store and they cussing and they snapping their kid upside the head, they be in Walmart. Oh my God, on 95th Street. Yeah, I told you to shut the F up. I'm like, what? I'm like, whoa, woo, and that's okay. That's okay. They picked up a behavior. And they look at too much of Hollywood.
Generational curses. That's
like you spoke yesterday. It's the image they feel within themselves. Like it's sad to say, but a lot of us as Black people don't like ourselves. We don't like what we look like. We don't like our complexion. We don't like our hair. We don't like nothing about ourselves. And so what it is, we want to change the outside before we change the inside. And if you don't change the inside, you are a generation. You're going to repeat it. And it goes this way. And I just spoke on this yesterday that you can have all the money in the world to fix everything you think you're fixing. But if you ain't fixing your mind, it does not matter. It does not matter. It's like you have so many women that think when they have, people have babies, they always do, I hope I have a light-skinned child with pretty hair. Who taught you that complexion makes beauty? Who taught you that hair texture makes beauty? But we're taught that from 400 years plus, and we just will not break that cycle of that. And we some of us, even on Facebook, you said they put out that weave in those baby heads. Why are you putting weave in a kid's head?
It ain't cute. It's ignorant.
Yeah. I got another caller, y'all.
That can damage your eyes, those eyes.
I got another caller. Let's see what they want to.
Can damage your eyes.
I said another caller. 0234. Where you calling from? Hey, caller.
Hello.
Yeah, where you calling from?
Chicago.
Okay, what you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, you know how I feel, Martin. This is we got to take the fall for this. We got to take the blame because we remove shame. We remove shame from our families from discipline. And shame has always been the most effective disciplinary action in society, to shame someone for their behavior, and we let society and psychologists and all this crap tell us that to shame someone is a form of bullying, when shame, was the way that all over the world for thousands of years, the way they kept the community in check, by shaming them, by telling them, no, that's not appropriate. You can't wear that. You can't do that. And if they did it, there was consequences for it, which is where, disowning and exile comes into the play for, when you embarrass the family, when you embarrass yourself, when you do things that put yourself in danger, they shame you for it. And in the world we're living in today, there's no more shame. Yeah, you have that picture up of that young lady with that baby. And if it's online, that means everybody saw it. Where's her uncles? Where's her cousins? Where's her moms? Where's her grandmoms? Where are her neighbors? Where are all her friends? Where is everybody at to step to the plate to tell her, girl, are you crazy? You got this baby in a thong? You in a thong on a picture with your baby? So the fact that everybody in her circle is saying nothing, that's the reason why, we have so many trends and things nowadays that's out of control, because like I always say, Black people have this mentality of, that's not my business. It's very much your business. It's all of our business. We have to get out of that "this not my business" mentality, and people have to start speaking up.
Well,
like you're speaking up, Martin. You're speaking up because you have it on your platform, but other people need to speak up.
Well, I'm seeing it. Go ahead, brother. I'm gonna say something after you. Go ahead, brother. I'm gonna speak after you. Go ahead.
What my sister just said, sometimes you can address these things with family members. It might not be just on this subject, but once you tell them and they get mad or they want to get offended, I'm done with it, because I'm not getting ready to argue with this person. But it's going to be told that you was told that. You see what I'm saying? Because this is some incidents I see. Well, my grandkids are older now, and I went to my son, and it just was a big misunderstanding. So I was like, you know what? You're right. It's your child, but I still to tell you to let you know that. But once it's being told, once it's out there, then I'm gonna leave it alone, because I'm not gonna argue and go back and forth with, I just let it go on. But say if you say these things to someone and they get an attitude or they get offended, I mean, what else can you do? Actually, you didn't said it, but you just don't want no beef or confusion. That's just me with your family member, or
now you know what?
Oh, Dr. Sanders, before you say, Dr. Sanders, hold it. Dr. Sanders, hold on. I'm gonna let you talk. I want to say the phone number. I was gonna go out to him, but I'll let you talk. 872-299-0808. Call that number. I got some open lines for that number. Again, 872-299-0808. I'm gonna say it again. 872-299-0808. Go ahead, Dr. Sanders.
He just opened up Pandora's box because Martin and I know a particular person in the community who was going with their children's friends. Perfect example. As they say, the name was changed to protect the innocent. But if you got girls and you living at home with your girls and you're messing with their friends and dating their friends and sleeping with their friends, where their friends are literally putting your behavior through phone and texting it all in the community, guess where it's coming from? At home. Because some of these parents are going with their daughters' friends, sleeping with their daughters' friends. Martin know exactly what I'm talking about. But then you want to have the nerve to talk about other people. No, don't talk about other people. What you set in your house, especially a woman that has a bunch of daughters. Look at how they're going to turn out. I'm not saying all of them are going to turn out bad and going to end up on cracking. No, I'm not saying. But I'm telling you, when the community knows that you have sexual relationships with your daughter's friends, that you are 30 years older than them, what kind of reputation are you setting? Therefore, your daughters don't know nothing but nastiness.
But it's just like the gentleman said before. It's like the gentleman said before when when he responded to my statement, and he said, wait, I can say something. He was like, but I don't want to argue. And he was like, and I don't want to go back and forth. But see, that's exactly my point. See, there has to be consequences. If you say what you say to your loved ones or your kids about what's going on, and then you have no consequences behind your actions, why would they change? Why would they stop? Because they know you're not going to do anything. No, I said before, there's shame and then there's consequences for your actions. So we can't just go to a person and tell them, this is wrong, and then walk away and that's the end of it. No, this is wrong. This is wrong. And then we have to have consequences. See, that's where shame and exile. Shame was where they pointed out what they did wrong. Exile was the consequence for what you did. And that's my point. We got too many people. How many people do we know in the hood when all these kids getting killed and shot? They got the guns up under the kids got the guns up under their bed. See, there's no consequences for them. They know they know their kids are bringing guns into the house. They know their kids are stashing their drugs into the house. They're not having any consequences. They're not having any consequences for their children's actions. Because you got a lot of parents, the first thing they holler is, well, I didn't know. Okay, so when you found out, then what did you do?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
See, once you found out, but I know, we know they know, but that's the first thing they say is, well, I didn't know. Okay, well, now you know. So now what you going to do about it? And
I got a new caller.
So like what the gentleman said.
Go ahead. I got a new caller. Okay, hold on, brother. Okay. I got a new caller. Caller. Hey, new caller, 6696 caller. Where you calling from? Caller?
Chicago.
What you want to talk about?
Hey, I want to talk about. I was saying this last night.
Okay.
I was saying this last night, man. We got to train up these kids. You got to train them up. You got to train them up when they're a baby. Just like you do a puppy. Okay, you got to train them up. When you train them up and you take them to church, that's how they learn. See, if they're not in church and ain't nobody praying and covering them kids, they lost. I said it yesterday when I was in Food for Less, and I hugged that young man and I talked to him, and he started menacing to me. See, it ain't no love. We got to love them. Ain't nobody told her that they love her. She needs love. These young people need to be hugged tight and say, I love you. I love you. You are a queen. You ain't got to give your peach up to nobody. You are a queen. You are a beautiful queen. And you got to save yourself until the right person comes. But if ain't nobody told her that, guess what? She's just free out there. Because it comes from in the house, y'all. It starts in the house. In the house. We have to tell our children, whatever go on in the house, they keep it in the house. But when they keep it in the house, that means when they go outside, they doing exactly what their parents told them to do. That's why they become lawyers and doctors and getting masters and doctors and getting their doctorate degrees and getting their bachelor's degrees like my daughter got. Okay? So you got to train your child the way you train your child. I was a single parent raising up 4 kids. Like I said, I'm 59 years old. And I'm a proud mother and a grandmother of 7 grandkids. Yes, I am. But it's the way you train the kids. I'm not judging that young lady. I'm not, because it's going to take the village.
There's no village, sister.
All of us.
It's no village no more. The village is over with. When we gonna realize that? It's no village. It's sister. It's no village.
That's my point, because the village too busy saying that's not my business. The village says it's not my business, and that's the point that I always make. Nobody wants to get involved.
Okay, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of Black women got to stop having babies, constantly having babies. They need men. Men need to be in babies' lives. They do. It's not no men in these kids' lives, and you can see it. And that's the issue. You can say in the village, and I understand it, but kids need 2 parents. And that's the problem. So many Black women raise kids by themselves, and some of them don't know what they're doing. They don't.
That's true.
That's what you're seeing on the internet. Because one thing about the father, he has an authoritative figure.
Mm-hmm. Can I say something, please? Because our father is our first love. Our father, you're right.
I thought the mother was.
The dad is our first love.
Okay.
No, it's the father.
Okay.
The father, the mother. I'm my son's first love. My son loved me. My oldest son, he loved me, baby. Yes, he is. My baby will hug me, and he said, Mama, I love you every day. That's why I told y'all last night. You got to tell your kids you love them. Because every time me and my kids get off the phone, we always say, I love you. Yes, that's what's missing, the love. And it's the father is the first love. He's the one supposed to open the car door. He's the one supposed to give her that first dance. He's the one supposed to pull that chair out for her. Yes. To show her how to
I understand what she's saying when the first one love, Martin, as far as a gentleman is concerned.
Okay.
Would, if that's the case, you still, even if the parents cannot get along.
It's your father.
Listen what I'm saying.
Because
no, I just said that.
Can I say this, please? Let me say this. That's why they have school dances for fathers to take their daughters to the dance. Yes, the father is the one. Yes, you dress her up as the queen. The father dress up too now. And he's the first one to do everything with his daughter. See, you got to start them when they're little.
Well, I know my granddaughter.
You got to put them in a dress. Okay. You got to put the daughter in a dress all the time. That's how she's going to learn to be a queen. She be a little princess while she's little, but when she grow up, she's going to be a queen. She's going to be a queen.
I want to share this with you all. My daughter shared this with me on my birthday, and I never really thought that she would, because I know how my daughter is, but she said this to me on my birthday. She said, to the world, you may be one person, but to me, you are the whole world. Every year of aging is another year of learning. You taught me so well, and each year I look forward to learning new things from you. Everything that's awesome about me, I got from you. Happy birthday to my amazing mother and mentor. May God bless you each year. And Martin knows the stuff I went through with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But my children, being the oldest, 36, all the way down, they're like, Ma, you know what? You were hard, you were rough, but guess what? We love you and we appreciate what you've given us. Even if the relationship doesn't work, fathers, you still have to be able to be active in your child's life. When they see you all apart, it's hurtful already. But if you come together and help rear your children the right way, it can work. I was divorced. I was married to a cop for 12 years. I had no emotional support.
Now the table is turned because now he needs his children. Yes, a father is supposed to be the first one. He doesn't give birth to a child, but he's the first one that could be the example of a male figure. He's supposed to be. In many cases, it's not. My granddaughter's father did not take her to the daughter dance. You know why? Because he was mad at my daughter. I can't have my way, and I'm going to get my girlfriend. This is the kind of stupid stuff that you're dealing with right now. So her other child's father took her on the dance. I got the proof, the pictures of the proof, and she enjoyed herself. Everybody's not going to be able to take their child to a daddy-daughter dance. There are some men that will step in to be the male figure that is not crazy, that's not a rapist. But you're dealing with a generation that have a different mindset and don't look at things the way that we look at it. No matter how you look, how much the Bible's gonna be right, but the people's opinion is gonna always not be what the Bible says.
Can I say something? It started in the house. It starts in the house. My father used to put
me
on his foot. He used to put me on his feet. I used to be on his feet, and he'd be dancing with me. Yeah, when I was a little girl.
That was your father, but you got a whole lot of them that was not like your father.
But I know that, but that's what I'm saying. Listen, my father did it, my godfather did it, my uncle did it, my father's friends, they did it, cousins did it, all my grandmother was the oldest of 9 brothers. My grandmother, she was born in 1908, and all my great uncles, they danced with me. They loved on me. Okay? See, it starts from the house.
True. But that was for your family. My point is that everybody don't have that same concept.
No, listen. I'm only a messenger right now. So send the message out. That's all I am. I'm a messenger, miss. I ain't trying to argue with nobody. I'm saying I'm a messenger.
Right, no, we're just saying everybody don't have that privilege to have that.
But you were blessed. But they can. No, listen, they can.
If they choose to.
It's never too late for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't never too late.
Yeah, but guess what?
Never.
Try talking to some of these young men that don't want to listen. They don't want to hear.
All right, we're gonna.
You can't listen. My son,
listen. We got other people.
Some of them don't want to listen.
Y'all, we got other people on the panel. Ma'am,
and he listens to
ma'am, we got other people on the panel. I want to hit up my brother from Oklahoma. He's been quiet for so long. He's been patient. Go ahead, my brother from Oklahoma. Go ahead, my brother.
I'm just listening. But what I'm saying, we still the values in the house, we still can make those mistakes once we are adults and get out in the world. I still made mistakes, even though I had the church background. You see what I'm saying? But it's God's protection over me. I shouldn't even be here today talking. But look where I'm at today, even through my mistakes. Yes, I didn't depart from it. Certain things I didn't do, but I still made those mistakes, even though I had the upbringing in the household from my grandma and my mom, because it wasn't a man figure in the house. But I still had that love from family, from close family friends. You see what I'm saying? So certain things I just wouldn't do, but it's temptations out here. We can teach our children all we want, but once it's up to them, once they get out here in the world and see what the real world is like, because they can still make those mistakes. No matter, yes, you do train the child the way he should go when he will not depart from it. You see? So that's the thing. And back to my sister, what she was saying, I had to take action on my son, but I did it the legal way. I didn't want to have to do it, but I did it. I didn't tear up my house. That's what he wanted, but I didn't tear up my house. I didn't still dealing with my wife being sick. So I'm from the hospital home. Then you wasn't doing what you were supposed to do. You a grown man, so you needed to be doing what I was doing. You needed to have 2 or 3 jobs, and I love my son. But he wanted to be disrespectful. He wanted to do all these things, and you had the right upbringing. So I had to do it the legal way to get him out the home. Yeah, I could have threw him out or fought and tore my house up, but that wasn't the way God directed me to do that. So I had to step in and take action. So when you do these things now, he appreciates that now. You see, he's not here in the household, but he appreciates that. So I thank God that I followed the guidance of the Holy Spirit, because I could have been in jail, or he could have killed me, or I could have killed him. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to. That's what it's about. Like my buddy, he was saying, "Oh man, you need to bust him upside his head." No, I'm not getting ready to do that, because that's not my character anyway. So I'm gonna do it the legal way. I'm gonna catch you liberally sleeping in here, and they're gonna pull you up out of here. And that's what happened. While you were sleeping, I was taking care of business. Okay, I need to do this. I need to do that. Even do it at the hospital with my wife. I need to do this. And when I let her know that, she appreciated it. She said, well, if I'm telling you something, it's for your good. I'm not trying to hurt you. So that's still training you, but still, I needed that respect. If I give you respect, it says, the word says, yes, honor our mother and father, but the Bible is not one-sided. It always say as well, don't provoke your kids to anger. So it goes both ways. Bible's not one-sided. So that's instructions for life. A lot of people may not study the Bible, may not read the Bible, but it's instructions. It saves us. We're still going to have these falls, but it saves us. So we need Christ in our life a lot, you know, so I'm leaving it at that.
Consequences. That was consequences, and that's what I said earlier, sir. So basically you proved the point that I was making, that you brought consequences for his actions. And see, that's one thing that we're lacking in our community. There's no consequences within the community. And that's the problem. Everybody is doing their own thing, and no one is bringing any consequences. There's a picture right now floating across Facebook of a black family. The mother and the father are both medical doctors. All three of their children, their youngest daughter all three of these kids all have PhDs. So, you know, when you see stuff like that, it garners a lot of conversation. So I'm sitting in the house, and I got some friends around, and we're all talking about this. And everyone's saying, oh, they're lucky, they're this, they're that. And I'm telling them, I'm like, luck ain't got nothing to do with what happened in their family. See, this is the difference between people who accept anything their kids do versus parents that demand. Because if you really go back, if you look at these families where 2-3 generations are lawyers, or 2 or 3 generations are doctors, or everybody has a high level of education, it's not a coincidence. These people didn't get lucky. There was no magician that sprinkled pixie dust on these people that made this happen. This comes from the way that you're raised. They grew up in households. They grew up in households where their parents told them it is unacceptable for you to get anything less than a doctor. It's absolutely unacceptable. I'm not accepting no excuses. I don't care, because you don't have to be straight A to get a doctor. You just have to have a C level or better to get your diplomas and to move on with your degree. They grew up in a house with parents that told them, you cannot be in this family without a doctorate. See, that's the consequence. We're going to pay for your schooling. We're going to help you. We're going to do everything you need to do. But you cannot be average and be in this family. We're not accepting that. You have to be an overachiever. So, you know, I'm talking to these people while we're having this conversation, and I'm telling them this was not luck. This was by design. So it goes back, like everyone has agreed here, it does go back to what happens in the house. It goes back to what happens in the house. Because when you have consequences for your children's actions, you know what I'm saying? They don't act like that. And the ones that do act like that, because of the consequences, they learn early that it's not going to go the way that I think that it's going to go. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if we love our children, if we can truly sit here and say that we love our children, there's supposed to be consequences for their action, because the outer world is not going to treat them the way we treat them. The outer world ain't going to baby them. The outer world is going to be very, very harsh to them. So, therefore, we have to train them in the house. Look, I can't let you get away with it at home, because they're not going to let you get away with it out there. So I'm not going to let you do this in the house. And that's where, like I said, there's no consequences. That little girl up there with that baby, because she look young. I don't know if she got her own apartment or if she living with somebody. There was no way that picture still was supposed to be up there. Her family and her community was supposed to lose their mind. Take that picture down. Take that picture down. I'm calling child services on you. But you're not. We cannot allow you to do this. You being real ignorant but we're not going to allow you to do this. So you got a choice. You either take that picture down, or Child Protective Services is going to be knocking on your door, and they're going to get a call from all of us. That's what should have been done. But instead, the reason why the picture's still up there is because nobody didn't know that young lady said anything. And they didn't do anything.
My sister,
well, just like that little boy.
React, right? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you okay.
I know everybody had these social, maybe some don't, social media platforms. Even before I post, I don't post nothing, I still have to think before I post something, because something could come to mind. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. A lot what we see on social media, they're not thinking before they posting. It's just hitting in their mind and they're sending it out there. But you gotta think of, you can't take it back once it's sent out. You can delete it, but it's not deleted from the Facebook world. You may be deleted from off your end, but it's traveling. It's gone. It's gone. Once you put it out there, it's gone. So that's what I'm saying. You have to watch what you post, and it's not just our younger people; it's older people as well. I have some Facebook. You post every detail of your life. Why? Why? It just don't. That's me. I'm not knocking people. That's what they want to, but they post everything. Oh man, I had to do this. I had to do that. Just using the example, but everything is not for everybody.
Right.
It's not. It's not.
Okay.
And when you expose,
Dr. Sanders,
especially with the children.
Go ahead with 2-minute comment, because we're going to end it with this. So go ahead and do your 2 minutes or whatever.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I just want you to go ahead. Go ahead, Dr. Sanders.
Can I say something?
Go ahead. Whoever want to go first. Go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to say this.
Go ahead, sister.
The kids, like I said earlier, the kids are not getting attention. If the mothers both of the parents are going to work, and they just going to work, say the mother worked at night and the daddy working at daytime, and then the child is at home by themselves. See, a lot of people are leaving the 13-year-olds at home by themselves. Okay? So then that means they don't know what to do. So they're on social media. Then you never know. They invite some little boy over to the house. They didn't have sex with him, so now the young lady got the baby now. Okay? She's a teen mother. She's a baby. She's a baby raising a baby. So I'm gonna keep it real. My daughter had a baby at 15 years old, and I told her to wait until I take you to go get a shot. She didn't want to wait. So end up, my son called me and said, "Mama, my shit throwing up." I was like, "Oh, she's pregnant." So when I took her to the doctor to get rid of it, they said, "Oh no, you don't have that choice. It's her choice." I was mad, I was angry, but God said, that's my seed. You don't kill my child. So my granddaughter right now, she's 19 years old. She's in Florida. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. It comes from in the household. So somebody is not really talking to this young lady. She's raising herself. Ain't nobody talking to her. So that's why she's on social media, because that's the picture she's getting. She's getting all these pictures. She got a lot of viewers, baby. Oh, yeah. She's like, ooh, I got all these numbers. Hey. But she don't realize it's not nice to post you and your child like that. So ain't nobody's talking to her. That's why I said it's gonna take the village back. And I'm praying that the village get back in 2023, y'all. We got to get back on the streets, and we cannot be afraid of the young people. Don't be afraid of them. They just want you to come up to them and say, "I love you." Give them a hug. They're gonna be like, "Wow, she loved me." You'll see that smile. When you smile at them, they're gonna smile right back at you.
All right, hold it right there, sister.
I love Jamal Green. Oh. I love him.
Okay, hold it right there, sister. Hold it right there. Okay, my dear sister, 0234. 2 minutes.
The last thing I can say is, Martin, tough love works. Consequences, and that's what consequences. Tough love. There's going to be consequences for your actions. We can't keep giving them passes. We can't keep making excuses. We can state what the problem is. Okay, we've isolated the problem. We know what the problem is. Now it's time for solutions. And the only way you can have a solutions is to put word to action. And that's where I'm always like she said. It take a village. But we can't expect for the children. See, at the end of the day, we can only blame our parents until we get to adulthood. Once we get to adulthood, it ain't our parents' fault no more. Now it's time for us to look in the mirror and for us to wake up and say, okay, well, these are things that I need to work on. And if they're developmentally not ready, because just because a person is grown in age doesn't mean they're grown in the mind. So that's when the village comes into play, and the village says, well, this is not appropriate. Not only is this not appropriate, we're not going to accept it. That's what a village is. A village ain't just people to walk up to you and say they love you. That's only part of it. A village is to guide you, to nurture you, to instruct you. And that's where speaking up come in. That's where telling them, look, that's not accurate. You know what I'm saying? That's not how you do this. This is how you do this. Now, one or two things going to happen. They're either going to take heed to what you're saying because they want to learn and they want to do better, or they're not going to hear anything you have to say. The ones that ain't trying to listen, those are the ones you shame and you put them in exile. That's how I feel about it. And like I said, I see too many in our community. There's no consequences for our actions. We too busy blaming everybody, blaming the white man, blaming the police, blaming this person. We want to blame everybody, but we don't blame what's going on in the house. Or we don't blame the people that are actually, doing these actions that are bringing these, horrific consequences into their lives. We want to blame everybody but the people that are directly involved. And that's one thing we got to stop. We got to start taking accountability. And that's all I got.
Thank you. All right, my brother.
Oh, thank you for the invite again, and blessings to all that's on the panel today.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to, if we can give young person a hug or do, because I'm at a high school, so I want to set that example. When we see these things, when we see our youth, we want to encourage them. And I work where I speak to each and every child that comes through my department. I don't care how they look, what piercings they may have, what color they hair. You see, I'm speaking to everyone, and you don't know by you speaking to that child, that young adult, you don't know what they're going through in the household. So that's important to me. I get a joy out of that. They may come, some may look, well, how's your day going today, Mr. D? That's what they call me at school. So I want to set that example because I don't know what that kid has faced that night. That kid may not have no food. So that's my job to feed those students. So they may, you may feel some type of way how they may present themselves, but we want to show the character of love for our young adults, for our youth, and that's all I have to say.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, people, thank you guys so much. This is about uplifting the black man and the woman. The truth hurts. Some of us don't want to hear. We in denial. We put our hands over our ears so we won't have to hear the truth. But guess what? It's still the truth at the end of the day. When you take your hands away from your ears, it's still the truth. Nothing but the truth. We have to tell the truth and what? Tell the truth and what? And shame the devil. That's what we have to do. And that's the only way we can grow. In order for a person that's have substance abuse problem, he have to acknowledge that he have a problem in order for him to receive help. And that's the same way, even with God. When you come to God, you must confess your sins so he can help you.
Lord. Yeah.
So he can help you. You can't be so righteous coming to God and God, I'm this, I'm that. Now hold on now. I'm God. I've never made a mistake. So people, we have to be careful what we do and what we say in life to each other. We have to love on our children. The brother said it so eloquently. We have to hug. The sister said it. We have to hug our children. We got to tell them we love them, people. And we know they're going to wear their pants sagging. They're going to have piercings in their face and tattoos in their face and all that. But they are children. They are our future. That young lady that's in the bed, she may be legally grown, but her daughter, her son, whoever it could be, a man, we don't know, boy. But that's our future, people. That's our future.
Yeah.
Black people, we have to fight. We have to fight because, we are scrutinized. Any wrong that we do, they're going to put it out there in the open. The media, the mainstream media, they're going to put it out there to destroy our credibility. And we know that all black people are not drinking. We know that all black people not smoking. We know that all black people ain't there carjacking and shooting and robbing, snatching and grabbing and pimping and prostitute. You know, we know that's not all of us. It's some, but not even majority of us. So my word to you guys today, be great. Listen, see somebody, give them a hug. Tell them you love them. If you're going to do something for them, you ain't got to put it on social media and let the whole world know, hey, I bought Martin a car. I bought him a car. He didn't have no car. I bought him a car. You can't do that. Give in secret and be blessed in the public. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Live Uncut, Unedited. Live Uncut.